What up, everyone? What up, world? Welcome back to ScOutCast Media Presents. This is a very interesting. I know you're going to say, like, wait, why is it the good, the whack, and the paint to paint? Well, that is very, very intentional. I'm doing that because, well, if you follow basketball, one of the game tonight, and two, there was a very important honoring of someone that needs to be mentioned today. So I combined the good, the whack, and you know what? We go a while, but we also need to go paint to paint. So let's go ahead and get with it. I got someone to help me out today, and I'm just going to have to tell you right now, he's not afraid to speak his mind. He's not afraid to turn a blind eye, that is. And guess what? Just like a vowel A-E-I, he don't owe you, because he's going to step on this piece and he's going to run this straight up like the Chiefs. Hey, shout it out. What up, JR?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. You rock, doing good. Excited for the game and excited for sports in general. And just like the Chief, don't worry. And unlike Chief, don't worry. You ain't gonna see me in the news getting arrested or saying stupid stuff.
Well, I hope. Well, yeah, that's always a good thing. Let's roll with that. I hope not. I mean, I hope, I don't wish that upon most people. Well, we're going to start off today's show. Well, first off, thanks for being on here with me, my dude, and thanks to everyone. A couple days off. I had 2 days of. I went back to youth coaching, CP3 Summer League, and we had evaluations for a couple of days. Went right during this time.
Those little rascals, man. You gotta coach them. You make this. You gotta shoot right.
Dang it. I'm just telling you, hey, man, this is wild. I'm coaching. Well, I'm doing the same ones. Assistant coaching the 3rd and 4th grade. Head coaching 5th and 6th, and then there's 7th through 9th. Man, that's 7th through 9th league. Hell, even this 5th through 6th league. There's some freaking. There are kids I said, like, damn, why'd you put hormones in your Wheaties this morning? Dear Lord. Look at that damn adults, man. There's one kid on 5th and 6th. He's already dunking. Or no, he's in 7th. No, he's in 7th through 9th. But he's like, he was dunking. And I'm like, how old are you? I already know it's going to be young. He's 14. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm about to draft that kid. I'm like, I told people.
Yeah, exactly. They're growing, man. They're growing.
I was like, I saw this kid first. I talked to him before any of y'all did. If any of y'all try and take him, we're going to square up. I may lose and get my ass kicked, but we're going to square up. I will go down fighting for this kid because I want him on my team. All right.
Exactly.
All right. Let's stay with, and also started a day at I had my final training session at BetStamp. Shout out to BetStamp. And so I'm going to be putting my first event together, and I will give you all this promo code the next day or so, actually. But let's stay on basketball. And, I wish I didn't have to say this because obviously I wish he'd be around forever, but this is near and dear to me. There's a lot of athletes, and this is just, I think this was a natural causes, but the logo also known as Mr. Clutch, but to everyone else known as Jerry West. This kind of stings, man. I mean, he had a great life, and I'm not going to say it like past tense. He has a great life, has, etc. He does everything. He's a classy dude. He's the logo. They're for a reason. He was an All-NBA player
Mm-hmm.
every single year he played. He was on great teams,
Mm-hmm.
but even more than that, he's a champion. At least he should have been a champion, probably more than that, but he had the misfortune of playing against Bill Russell. Tough break,
Mm-hmm.
And amongst other players, of course. So, but he, I think really where he comes out, I think the most notable, at least to this generation, or at least my generation, like I'm a 90s child, and he is responsible for the 80s. He was depicted probably
Mm-hmm.
unfairly, at least that's what most people say, in the show Winning Time, the HBO show. Kind of made him look like a hick and a hothead. A lot of people dispute that, but even with that being said, he still he coached the Lakers for 3 years, did fairly well, but then he drafted Magic Johnson as the GM his first year, at least maybe his second year. But then he also was responsible of James Worthy and re-signing Kareem, Michael Cooper. Tried trade for David Thompson. Doesn't matter. Like, either way, well, it does matter, but I think they got him eventually. But they, and then he was also responsible. Oh, he was responsible for the Kobe and Shaq. He is the one that pried Shaq away from the Magic. I mean, the Magic probably didn't help their case anyway. He also, when Kobe refused to go to the Charlotte Hornets, people always think that we passed on Kobe Bryant. No, we did not. Did not pass on him. He did not want to play for the Charlotte Hornets, which is what it is. I always resented him for it for a long time. And yeah, I mean, so Kobe, he made the trade possible. He said it was not necessarily popular to trade away Vlade Divac at the time. He was an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, and let's, before I continue, let me go ahead and get Java Joe in here. What's up, man?
Java.
I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm alive. I'm breathing.
Yay! Being alive and breathing.
I was giving a little piece. You probably heard a little bit of it. I'm giving a little piece about Jerry West, and I admire him. He's actually one of my favorite NBA. He is a top 5 NBA like centerpiece. Like when it comes to like people that shape the game, he's got to be in the top 3, top 5 at least. Bill Russell's got to be in there when it comes to civil rights and for player empowerment, and to and Jerry West is also he was a trailblazer as well. Not literally a trailblazer, but the actual term trailblazer. And he went to such teams. He helped put together he's the one who drafted Steph and Clay for the Warriors. He's also the one that his second GM coaching job after he did the Shaq and Kobe thing. He went to Memphis, and they weren't relevant at all. And he put, I think it was Zach Randolph, Mark Gasol, and Mike Conley together, and they were a fairly formidable team for a while. So he's going to be missed. He's and he's nothing but class. Everyone that's ever played for him or played under him as a GM.
Too.
Oh yeah, he was with the Clippers too. That's right. Oh yeah, he's the one who put Kawhi and PG together. That's right. Well, he was an advisor. He wasn't technically like a GM, but he was a very influential advisor. But he was basically the hired gun at everywhere he went when it came to. The man's brilliant. So that's my piece on it. He'll be missed. This one hurts, but you know what? He's lived a full life, very happy life, and nothing but love for him. So whoever wants to say some things about the logo, please be my guest.
Jordan just got here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jordan.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, this is a man that legitimately impacted the game in not just in his playing career alone, because like he could have went to the Hall of Fame, like he was in the Hall of Fame just for a playing career alone, but this dude legitimately changed franchises. Like you said, Urok. Like he wasn't just with the Lakers that's like in his playing time, but like he helped develop the winning times. Like he was a key component in that. He was also a key component, like you said, in Memphis, where they were formidable for a time, and also advise and help the Clippers. Like he basically helped he basically helped form the basketball culture in LA. Like he legitimately was the reason why basketball in LA got what it is right now, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because he, like you say, he was a trailblazer, and like there's nothing else I could really say. Rest in peace to the local. Rest in peace to an amazing mind. And the game, and like,
oh, you're good. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, like he was a great mind at the GM, and the world of basketball will be just lost a huge piece of his was a great mind, a great man. That's all I gotta say. And you're about to say something, you rock.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure I left two factoids. This isn't like anything bunch extra. He is also noted in terms of accolades. He's the 25th leading scorer of all time in the NBA. That's one thing. But he also is. I think he is the only player to actually be on an all-star team every one of his career. That's I don't know if that to be true, but I do know this. He was responsible as GM for the hiring of Pat Riley, succeeding what's his name? I can't remember his name, but not Wes Unseld, but anyway, he was the one that because they wanted him to coach in the interim, and he plugged in Pat Riley. So that's two things that are very important to know, and yeah, like the Pat Riley thing, and also, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. But Joe, you go ahead and say anything.
Yeah, a couple of other factoids missing from that. I'll go ahead and chime in on. He was GM for the Grizzlies during the Gasol era. There at the beginning of their turnaround to actually being a relevant franchise. After that, he was an executive board member with the Warriors before they went on their torrid run. So he's left his impact not only as a coach, a player, and as an executive. Very, very few people can make the claim that they've achieved that level of success as a triple threat. Now, granted, he didn't win a championship as a coach, but he did make the playoffs all 3 times, and he did make the finals in his last year as coach. So I do have to give him props for that too. Guy got used to losing though, right? We got to shout him out for taking those blows against the Celtics back in the day against Bill Russell. He lost a lot and still managed to be the symbol of the NBA. Good for you.
Bob Cousy, and he ran into the wrong team and the wrong time with the best.
Listen, if he existed in any era out there outside of the 60s, he might have more chips than he does now. But I mean, that just lets you know that he found a way to impact the game outside of just being on the court. He found many ways to impact the game off the court, and that's a testament to him and his pursuit of winning, pursuit of building culture. I mean, the guy's the logo for a reason. And you can argue in recent years wanting to change the logo to Kobe, to Jordan, to LeBron, like to whomever, but the guy's been the silhouette of the NBA since he's been there. So it's that time, right? It's that time. You're going to start hearing stuff like this all the time. Your Hubie Browns, your Larry Browns. It's just a sign that we're getting old, man. All these guys that we grew up on and I can personally say that I've seen more probably of West than any 2000 born person in the world. Shout out to VCRs. You'll learn about that someday, guys. VHS tapes, they existed.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You're
I
learning
mean,
about Tater,
I've
man. You're
seen
learning
I've
about
seen enough footage over the
Now
years.
I know
To,
he ain't
yeah,
talking to my old ass. I know he ain't
yeah.
talking to me
I'm
because I knew
talking
about.
to the world out there. I'm
I'm
not
talking
talking
to
to
the
you
world.
guys. I'm talking to the
Okay, I know
world.
you ain't talking to
Um,
me. I lived on the East
yeah,
Coast.
obviously. But yeah, no, I mean I've actually, I may not have seen him live, but I'm a historian of the game, and I like to go back to archives and kind of watch how the game was played back then. It's a lot more paint inside back in the day. So you had to get pretty gangster. You had to be in the paint. You got to be in the mid range. The mid range is huge back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, he made an impact in just about all level of sports. Within like in the NBA franchise, he's held just about every role you can within an NBA franchise, and excelled in every role he was in. So
Yeah,
yeah, shout out to him, man.
and the fact that he's getting so much love from like everyone today. God dang, there's ants crawling everywhere. Heralds of being outside. No, the fact that people like Michael Jordan, especially, like and he even said like he always supported someone. He's someone else taking the place of the silhouette, but he's the logo. That's how like classy he is. But now I know everyone that actually like is a student of the game for all this time. The Jordans, the Shaqs, the Kareem, even if you're not a Laker. Hell, I saw Miles. I follow Miles Bridges. He already showed a lot of love on there too. Jordan, one of saying that, I don't think of him as. I said I always thought about how I always wish I wanted to play against him, and he said the more I got to know him, I started thinking of him as a big brother, and I realized I'd actually rather play with him. I think he's just my competitor, and I would have loved to play with him. God, I could imagine those two on a team, and that'd be like him. That'd be like him. His skill talent would be John Paxson plus Steve Kerr times 10. That's what Jerry West would have been in cahoots with MJ. Dear God, imagine that backcourt. Whew, I think that he's one of those. Him and Pete Maravich are some of those guys that their game would have translated in any era. Same with Larry Bird, etc. Larry Bird, especially today. But that's not what we're talking about. Jerry West, I think, still, even though he wasn't the most athletic, he was savvy. So, yeah. Shout out to the logo. Much love. LeBron, everyone is game recognizes game and respect to people that gave away for everything that is today. Bill Russell, we said, and like you said, it's that time of life where I don't even want to think about anyone else when it comes to that. Like Kareem is up there. I love Kareem. Don't even think about it. Magic Johnson. No, don't think about any of that. No, I don't want to. Take it one step at a time. But Jerry, he's 86, and he's he went out more peacefully, respects to Bill Walton. He had a rough go towards the later part. Jerry West, man, what a legacy, what a guy, what a reputation and everything he left behind. But his memory still now he will be the logo forever. I will guarantee that. All right. Now in football, the question is, if the NFL wasn't so cocky, that's a question for another day. Who would be the logo of all time? There's a question for another. No, that's a question for another time. So not right now. I don't want to sully on the logos legacy. Maybe at the end of the show we'll dive into it a little bit. All right.
Yeah.
But let's transition to something a little bit more. Well, not for. Oh, I like how I spelled that. The executive producers. That's actually kind of appropriate. The way it's spelled. The puck is the way back for Ed 10. Apparently, Edmund G 10. I kind of like how that. Thank you, executive. That kind of worked out. So right now, it's all kind of come to fruition at this point. I know. So this is what we've been predicting. What's going to happen? I was cheering for. I mean, it's not over. They're going back to Canada, to Canada. Let's see what that. You know what? But I'm going to let my resident hockey savant start with this. puck is the way back for Edmonton. Although I guess there we go. All right. The way back there, Sir Joe.
Well, I mean, maybe the cold air is going to help them out. I mean, us Floridians aren't built for the cold, to be honest with you. So, us having to go up there even during the summer, you got to hope maybe we cool down that way. A lot of Edmonton's offense comes from the power play, and I think their issue right now is that they're not taking advantage of the numbers on the ice when they get on the power play. And if a majority of your offense is playing against a team at a disadvantage, if it's just square up, man on man, everybody's got a man on ice. Florida's going to beat you. Honestly, I don't want to say that it's over. I think Edmonton has a capability to get back into it, but if they're going to get back into it, they're going to have to take advantage of their opportunities, especially during the power play. They're at a far lower percentage executing when they have the man advantage than they have been all season, and that's going to be their key to get back.
Yeah, I think that is absolutely on point. And before I get into it, I'll let Jordan go ahead and piggyback off of that because I think everything you said is right.
Yeah, Joe. You're not only correct. Yeah, Joe. You're not only correct. Like they need to have. They can't keep relying on McDavid and Drysdale to help them because oh my god, I have nothing else to really add on, but Edmonton needs it's down to the defense was basically like Porters. They were just getting destroyed by Florida's offense. Even with the 4-on-4, Edmonton just looked flat. But they're going back to Edmonton. They're going to home ice. There's going to be some Edmonton fans that are females that are going to be a little wild. They're going to flash something, and that's going to get them momentum back up. That's going to get them to win the next 2 games.
Where did that? Where was that just dropped into? And when did Edmonton? When did Edmonton become?
There was an Edmonton fan. There was an Edmonton woman that did something that got a lot of attention.
Okay.
Yeah, they need a lot more of that to help them win the next 2 games. If not, then Canada's gonna be better. Well, Edmonton's gonna be better. Calgary's gonna celebrate them losing. So yeah.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. But focus on the power play.
I don't know how to
try and improve your defense. Make the in-game adjustments you need to make, and you'll probably take one of those games against the Panthers because the Panthers are just a powerhouse right now. They're just steam. They're
just vibing at the not just. It's easier said. They're vibing at the right time. That's what they have been, and they've taken. This is what happens with teams that they get battled. Well, not all teams. Ask the Buffalo Bills this. Ask the Boston. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see about the Boston Celtics, but you lose in a championship series game or whatever. If you're competitive enough, you take what happened, how you can improve, and then you apply it. What's really saving, and this is just what the truth is about it all, is goalkeeping hockey's a whole different kind of ball game. It's not a ball, you know what I mean? But it's a whole different kind of game than the championships or anything when you have a great, and that's what they got. So they're going to have to. They're just stifling them, as Joe pointed out, and this was the concern, is that they are all about taking advantage of the power, capitalizing off the power play. and who has the highest, as I said, who has the second highest in the season, and the highest in the playoffs, the kill rate for power plays, that would be the Miami Panthers. So that is absolutely, that it's just it was a they're going to have to find a way to move the puck around a lot more, because right now they're getting absolutely blitzed and they can't get close enough to the goal, or at least close enough to where they can get putbacks without without everyone and etc. They're just we'll see what. And Connor McDavid has to be beyond himself. He has to be the best player in the league right now. I know he is, but he has to exceed that at this point. So, I mean, I know it's amazing. Is it fair? Probably not. Is it fair? In my opinion, yes. Because if you are the player, and which I think we all believe he is in the NHL right now, then you got to do something, man. It's like Kyrie. We all think Kyrie is like, well, Kyrie is. We all think Kyrie's underperforming, so he's got to be beyond himself to be able to. Connor McDavid has even more pressure. Well, in terms of hockey, you know what I'm saying, but America's
him and Drysdale or like
Drysdale.
Drysdale is like, what are you, man? Like he just disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, he's not disappearing. They're just blitzing him essentially. It's like the equivalent, like in a basketball game, or even in like where they have someone waiting in like the shadow of the defender, and they're going to stick on him as they can. They don't want to let him, and also they're keeping him out of the crease. They're keeping him away from the crease because he's really good at getting in the those sloppy seconds, but a second chance points after your top comment. I don't want to encourage you.
I mean, it's honestly hard to beat a team when a guy's blocked 50 out of 51 shots.
I agree.
That's insane. Sometimes your goaltender just gets hot and he's seen the puck really, really well. And I will say
a legitimate brick wall.
They were a lot more aggressive in the first game. I don't think they I didn't see as many. He didn't have to defend as many shots in game 2, which is funny because they started with the lead in game 2, then gave it up. But yeah, he didn't see as much action in that second game. But that first game, like I think he saw like 30 shots and blocked all of them. So your goaltender gets hot. All you need to do is first to 4. So they're halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. And so who do you? Let's say who we have tomorrow. We're going to talk about it tomorrow, so we'll get more into it. What we got for this game going? Anyone can jump in, or what? Like give us like a prognostication of this. Little look into the crystal ball. What are we going to expect?
Yeah.
Jordan, why don't you start off this one?
Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult, but and I'm getting called by my family, so I'll be back.
No, okay.
I mean, all right. Honestly, I'm leaning towards Florida, to be honest. I think when you have a team as physical as they are, and them having just beaten the President Trophies winner this season, and you've got a goaltender that's literally blocking every puck he's seeing, it's hard to overcome that. Not to mention that they've been here before and they didn't get it done last year, and you carry that over. You carry that energy over into the next season. It's like, we're going to be back here. And when we get here, we're going to finish the job. And that's a lot to overcome, especially for a team that's, Connor's been leading that team for several years now. And it's just been knocking on the door, but not really getting to this level. And to finally get to this level, you almost kind of feel like a relief. It's like, all right, I'm in the cup. We're doing it. You kind of let off the brakes maybe just a little bit, just be like, okay, they can't tell me I've never been here. I've been here now. And then you got a team that just was literally right there last year. They couldn't finish the job. So it's really hard to overcome that kind of momentum, especially when you have a team like Florida who limped in. Let's just be honest. They limped in last year.
They were what, a 5 seed?
Matthew was 100%. Like, and shout out to these dogs in the NHL. You don't find out anything's really stupid wrong with them until after the series is over. It's like they're not trying to hear that nonsense while they're in the games. And then I heard this on Pat McAfee like all last year after the games were over. We come to find out, oh, this person had a broken this, or they had a broken that, or they literally had to put the pads on. You always find out about all that stuff after the fact. It's never during this. It's never during the series. Everybody's like, listen, it's a physical game.
Yeah.
If I can walk, I can skate, and if I can skate, I'm going out there. So shout out to them. But I think to tie this all up in a bow, I think given everything that they went through last year, the fact that they're in pretty decent health, if not good health. In this series, I think they're trying to lock this down and not trying to mess around.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean, I want to pick Edmonton because even I picked this series going to 6. I don't see that happening now.
You and I both. I thought the Oilers would get it, so
I thought it would at least be closer. But the way that if Edmonton's going to win any game. If they're going to win any game, it's going to be this game. Because if they don't win this game, they're not winning game 4. That's fact.
Yeah.
But they better go out with a fire under their ass, man, because they're going to have to. They're going to have to. Or it's Canada. Sit on some dry ice. They go out there like there's dry ice on their ass. There you go. So, oof, man, because they don't want to get. I mean, I don't know. Question: I wonder what the score that would have to be for them to win. I would assume it'd have to be they'd have to score at least 3 points, which has been they haven't sniffed 3. They haven't sniffed 3.
They can't give up 3. I'll tell you that. Florida's got to have 1 or 2 goals for them to have a shot.
They can't give up 2. It should be, if they want to feel safe, it'd be 3-1. But that's a steep. Oof. I don't know. I guess the only thing I would say overtime would be their best like thing, but it's like no.
Yeah, Rangers got them a couple of times in overtime.
I know, yeah. I think
that's a lot of time in the ice they spent. I think maybe if there is a chance, they've got to hope that all those overtime game against the Rangers kick in at some point, because I know that what did they have, like 3 of them consecutive in the Ranger series? I think it was like games 2 through 4, 3 through 5, all went to OT. They just gotta hope that extra ice time kicks in at some point.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe the travel, the Edmonton, maybe that whole deal, maybe they can catch them game 3 on a travel situation. Maybe they can catch them there.
Yeah, that would have to be that's what I would think too. Man. They're gonna hope they gotta hope that the travel is going. What sucks is just because it's the championship. It's more
time in between games.
Exactly, yeah. And so I think how much the youth of Edmonton might be better too. I don't know. I'm not totally familiar with their entire roster, both of them, but yeah, we'll see. They're gonna have to catch them on an off night, or they're gonna have to come out and they're going to need to put 3 up to win the game at all, because they're not going to. That means at least they're getting close to the crease. And other than that ain't happening right now. That is a stifle. But we'll get back to stifling at some point here, because I actually I hope Jordan gets back here, because I need to plug my computer in, actually. And I don't want to leave you swinging. All right. Here we go. We're going to do some. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Since Jordan's away, we will get into this. So we talked about stifling. STOFF is stifled. The man, KP, Chris Stoff, whatever you want to call him, Borzingis. He is literally. Well, he has a very. I'm not even going to try and say the injury, because I don't know how to. And I don't want to butcher it, but it's very rare. It's in his ankle. He's already had one issue with one leg and another issue with another leg. So, or now he's got this. He didn't look the same. So let's talk about this. I mean, he's going into this game. Clearly, his usage is going to be, if he even plays, is going to be down. So I guess I start this question with this. And if I get cut off, I'll be right back. I'll hop right back on. My computer's low. So let me start you off with this premise here. So would you play him tonight? And if you would, then what is that going to, I mean, what does that mean for the rest of the Celtics, like in terms of how they compensate? And then we'll get to the Mavericks of it all.
Well, I feel like the Celtics have a deep starting lineup. I feel like if everyone does maybe a little bit more, as far as 1 through 4 is concerned, they can get a game or two. And the benefit for them is they only have to get 2 at this point. So you really need to measure what the risk reward is. I think they did the same thing in the Pacers series, and that's why you didn't see him. And then, you know, with that extra 10 days that they had from the end of their series with the Pacers and the beginning of this one, they figured, okay, let's run it. And then he just happened to get nicked up again.
Yep.
Rare situation, as you know, as it's been reported. But I feel like the strength of their starters will be enough to overcome. Because again, they just have to win 2 of the next 4. So, or 2 of the next 5. So that's just kind of where I am with it. I like that they have a guy like Horford that can step into that role. Because with the 2-game lead, right? Because now you only maybe need him at a elevated level for 2 victories, and I think you can get that. I think you can get that from an Al Horford. Like, figure a scenario where it's just like, okay, he knows he's done after. Let's just hypothetically speaking, let's just say, okay, he knows if he wins, he's done, right?
Right.
Because he hasn't won, right? I think this will be his first one. So he's at that stage where, like, oh, if I win one in the next, X amount of time, I'm done. I've done everything I needed to do. I think that motivation, and that kind of like, as an athlete, you want that opportunity to be like, oh yeah, I still got it. I think he can walk out there and have his Lethal Weapon 4 moment, right? Where what I'm talking about, where Mel Gibson and Danny Glover are like, we're not too old for this ish.
No, I love it. No,
too old for this ish.
I love it. No, I love it. I just like the reference. That's good.
That's what I think. That's what I think Al will convince himself of, and if he can give them 12-6 in those 2 games and not have to overextend Porzingis, I think they win.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
That's all it'll take.
Hold on 1 second. I'm about to switch over to my other device here. But before I do that, I like that because I think I want to push back on something, and I'll check in with you in a second. Literally, is the Al Horford? He's going to play 30 minutes plus, which is not going to be. There it is. Here's the word of the day: behoove them. It would not behoove the Celtics to have to do that, where they're going to have to figure. Like, someone even suggested putting Tatum occasionally playing small ball and putting Tatum at 5. I thought that was kind of weird, but I mean, I don't know. So how should they approach it then if he's not going to play? Like, if that, because I don't think Al Horford is the good. Like, he's not. I don't know. He's just not a good piece to rely on for defense in the center. So hold on. I'll be right back with y'all too. Excuse me. Oh, and Jordan's here too. So perfect.
Yay.
I'll be right back.
Stop is stifle.
Yes. So, thoughts on the loss of Kristaps Porzingis and how that will affect the Celtics in games. Well, I guess game 3 will
The
start.
rest of the series, rest of the series maybe, but like I think if that's their offense, like he's been one of their top scorers in this finals run, so like you'll have to go chunk your offense from there, and also he's been very impactful in defense, like he's been helping like stifle some of the role players. If I remember correctly, because like again you lost a huge piece of your offense because Tatum has been been on the milk carton for the first 2 games, so you have to depend on him. You also have to depend on like I think Boston will win this series now, but like it's gonna get a little tougher unless the Mavs can pull up like a miracle, which I think they could, but like again, anything can happen, Joe. Like,
well, yeah, and we also got to remember it's 2-3-2 format, yeah. So the next 3 games are in Dallas. So I always say that the series doesn't start until road team wins a game. So that first game is going to be pretty live. I feel like I think we need to give a little bit more credit to what Horford is doing at this stage of his career, because he's literally let's just be real, he's the toner is running out of ink. Okay, the toner is running out of ink. Okay, what they're doing is they're shaking the toner, trying to get every last bit of ink left out of Al Horford.
Joe. They're trying to bring the old man out of the bench one last time. He's like, I'm getting too old for this, and they're like, no, Grandpa. You got one more bones in you. Oh no, the bots are from Animal Farm. Al Horford basically bots are from Animal Farm. You're like, no, you got some juice left in you, bud. And not, you're going to the glue factory.
Honestly, I think their best bet is going to be if they're gonna go small, if they're gonna go this route. I don't know that you first, they need to assess how much Kristaps can give them if he goes, right? They need to, if they're going to put him, if he can go. First thing is if he can go or not, right? The second thing is how long can he go? And then you determine your rotation based on that. One thing that I don't think that they can do, I don't think they can bring a Luke Cornett off the bench here. I don't foresee a scenario that Luke Cornett can provide any kind of assistance to them in this particular series, because there's their fives are way too athletic for Luke Cornett to be even remotely a factor. I might, if you're looking at Tatum trying to play some minutes at 5, you might as well give Tillman like 5 to 10 minutes. If you're gonna do something like that, where you're gonna play a little small ball, you might as well put Xavier Tillman in there. At least he has some experience with the Grizzlies. He's gotten minutes before. He's played bigger than he is. In a handful of games with the Grizzlies, and I feel like that's a better option, if that makes sense, as opposed to putting Lukey out there, because his shot is suspect, and his defense, his version of defense is standing 15-20 feet away from you and just jumping with his hands raised. I don't know if you've seen Luke Cornett play defense, but there's a montage out there that lives out in the interwebs of him just jumping 20 feet away from you and just raising his hands and trying to use his 7 feet wingspan to try to attempt the block shots. And for some reason, people sometimes miss, even when he's playing that far away from you. But we know that the athleticism that Dallas is coming in with in the front court is going to completely render Luke Cornett useless to you. So I don't know. Me personally, I would rather see Xavier Tillman get those whatever minutes Porzingis and Horford aren't playing. I'd rather give them to Xavier Tillman than Luke Cornett. I think I've seen enough of Luke Cornett to last me the rest of the series.
A lifetime.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, there's a reason why he hasn't played a minute. Okay, let's just be real. There's a reason, right? I think the Luke Cornett experience is not for the series. But Lively and Gafford would just dominate that kid. It's just not worth the effort, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah. You're saying it'll be like pointing like up a pylon against Luka Doncic instead of like an actual wall.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say that. But listen, if they want to go 5 wings, just have a situation where you're out there with Brown, White, Holiday, Tatum, and maybe you put a Sam Hauser in there. Like,
yeah.
Just
hope Tam doesn't disappear. If
Oh,
so, I'll be laughing.
Well, he's going to probably. So,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Don't
everyone.
worry, Joe was looking for him in game 1. He's like, Tatum, where are you, man? Where are you?
Hey, listen, he was doing some playmaking in game 2. Let's give him some props. He had some high level assists going on in game 2. All right. So I'm personally not. Listen, he's been on the milk carton. Guess what? They're 2 up. So, like, the way I see it is like he could be on the milk carton all he wants to, but listen, they're up 2. They're up 2, and they just need to get 2 more.
You know what?
You know what?
That
is? No. He was
like,
like,
remember that they
he
were
was like,
also
he's
up
like
2-0.
Acuna in the 2021 World Series. He got the ring. He didn't play, but he got that ring.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly. And that's why I still have faith in the Braves, because we won it with Adam 3 years ago.
Yep. Hey, you know what? I'm just telling you. You know why they've won it without Tatum being efficient?
Jaylen Brown, baby.
Actual, yes, but he was doing that already when they weren't doing it right previous years. It's all about the new acquisitions being Drew and STOFF, and now look who's not going to be his usual self, STOFF. So
but they got Drew Holiday, man, and he's going to win MVP. MVP.
If it was today,
I'm gonna love it.
I would give him the. If it was today, I'd give him the MVP for so far, because he's absolutely playing ridiculously good. He's playing so. It's like he doesn't get talked about. He's so well tempered, or like he's so like very chill. And I love him. Great dude. He's probably like the worst. They keep trying to interview him after games. I'm like, I'm not saying like he's like the worst person to interview, because he's so damn mellow. He doesn't like. He just like gives like really cool monotone answers. I'm like, you guys are journalists, right? Aren't you looking for a better person to interview?
You know who he reminds me of? Just like as a person, just like on and off the field, has that same similar kind of vibe. Not the same kind of like. I hesitate to say star power, because I don't think either one of them has like super star power.
I think I know you're
but
like a role player.
He reminds me. He gives me Teddy Bridgewater vibes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Kawhi Leonard.
No, he gives me Teddy Bridgewater vibes. Like, Teddy is a steady vet. He's not gonna be great, but he's gonna be decent in everything that he does. But I think where Holiday has him is that he's a little bit better at his craft than Bridgewater is at football.
Well, he has a chance.
I think Drew. He has that same understated leadership. That same like, I don't need to be out there in the forefront leadership. I can be back here and lead.
I'll do
lead how I lead.
It's kind of a weird comparison. I'll take it and give it to like to lead like a Geno Smith, like a veteran hand that could help a team out. That, or like a Gardner Minshew, like those bridge gap quarterbacks.
I got a better comparison.
But Drew at least has a ring. Like,
no, I got to compare.
What's your comparison?
I got a better one than both y'all. Tim Duncan.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, Tim Duncan.
I get the understated part of it, but
his personality, how he carries himself, and yes, he's obviously a legend. But the way he plays, carries himself, and the way he leads, it's not. It's like by example, like you said, and that's why I say Tim Duncan is a very good
Mhm.
comparison in my mind. I think. I mean, it's all different, but it's like the stoic types that
Yeah.
like I couldn't say Kawhi Leonard because he's not on the court enough.
Yeah.
and two, he has a weird laugh. And three, heads up.
You're alive, Joe. Stay with us, Joe.
I'm dying, guys. I'm good.
Tatum, save him.
I love how he turned the camera off and not his mic to cough. That's funny. He's like, he didn't want us to see him cough. He didn't want to see him cough. We can hear him cough.
Jason Tatum, save him. And Tatum's like, hey guys, come on, man. I'm gonna commit myself to Kobe.
All right, let's do one more. Let's cover one more thing about this game before we move on. And that is thoughts on Missoula's comments after with that Brazilian journalist. If y'all know what I'm talking about, how America. Yeah, he was dissing America, whether it's true or not. And he kind of was being a snide tool to that Brazilian writer, so they didn't even show the whole interview. So, thoughts, Joe? Hit me. Did he handle it right? Is he right? And is this go along with the sensitivity of Tatum again? Oh, people overprotecting him.
Yeah, I can't really speak on that because I haven't really seen it. I don't know what the exact quotes are. So I would like to look into that if you want to go ahead and lead with your comments on it.
Okay, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's what I'll paraphrase because again, I don't want to be misquoted. I don't want to misquote or be misquoted. He said like, do you still think you think that Jason Tatum is playing at his highest level right now? And the obvious answer is no, but he's shooting 27%. So he said, Missoula's like, yeah, I absolutely do. It's like, wait, so are you from Brazil or from here? And the guy's like, I'm from Brazil. And he goes on saying like, well, I mean, I don't know about what it's like in Brazil. In America, like we know it's always about what have you done for me now? What have you done for me recently? And we take his greatness for granted, and he's out there, and yeah, I mean, he's playing at the highest level right now. I'm just like, well, and then he said, as Americans, we're like that, we're always quick to judge. I'm like, I mean, I had to bring America into this, man. Why'd you have to do that? And then he went on and talked about. I don't know. And he commented about how Brazilian sports, like with football, and how they're like, it was silly. It was silly.
Wait. No, I think I seen like a little headline, like he compares Tatum to Neymar.
That's it. That's right. That was the other part.
Oh my god!
Because they say that he said Brazilians crush their stars. I'm like, okay, What have you done for me recently? Well, yeah, it's professional sports, and you have a guy who literally used the words in an interview when he should have sidestepped it. He used the cardinal rule that I hate: never say face of the league. And he said, "I want to be the face of the league." Well, then, bro, I've said this a million times on here. You can't stand the damn heat of the goat kitchen or the face of the league kitchen, and don't cook. Get out the damn kitchen because your ass you're going to be under scrutiny. You're on a good team, and you're the quote best player. You're not. I don't think he's the best player, but he's the quote best player. You can't stand the heat. Get the hell out of the damn kitchen. Or here's the F-bomb of the day: get the fuck out the kitchen. There we go. All right, I'm tired of this nonsense. This is just absolutely. If he's that sensitive, he's in the wrong city, man. He's in the wrong city if he is that sensitive. That's my piece. There. But yeah, now you've heard the quotes. I'll take. We'll see if y'all are still going to be Americans, and you're going to be Americans. And what have you done for me recently? Damn Americans, you damn Americans. And he's funny because he's in the city of Beantown, where the Boston Tea Party and it's all.
Hey. Wait.
Go for it.
Oh, thank God. Boston's up 2-0 because if we were to say that in 0-2, that dude need that. If Dallas was up 2-0 and he still said that, we were all been laughing more because my dude, Tatum, thank goodness Tatum at least rebounded 12, had 12 rebounds because Jesus Christ, He went 6 for 22 in game 2.
27 point or
Like-
27%. 27%. 27%.
27%. And you're comparing to Neymar? Are you kidding me, my dude? Like, he's still a value player, but my goodness, he disappeared when he's needed the most. He's like the Avatar. When they need him the most, he's disappeared. But thankfully, Boston is up 2-0.
Yeah.
So we aren't going to worry about that. And Musou's getting a little cocky, be like, hey, Brazilians are different from us. Like, what have you done for me lately? I'm like, 27%, Joe. 27%. What have you done for me lately, Tatum? 27%. You're. Oh my God! Like, I think it smokes up like a little bit of smugness and arrogance from Masula. But oh God, it's just.
I gotta say this.
That's just silly.
Hold up, I gotta add on to that the Brazilian thing. Does he know what happens to Brazilian soccer players that fuck up at the inopportune times? They're never seen from again. It's actually that's happened a couple of times. Literally, they have disappeared. They have gotten threats. They had
but Boston. And a lot of them bombs. So yeah, a lot of what bombs.
Dude,
so
don't question.
I'm not comparing it. It's just that
shoot.
I'm not comparing it. It's just that he's like the Musula's trying to make that comparison. I'm like, dude.
Oof.
Brazilians are legit hardcore fans. Like, thank God we don't have that. We don't have that mentality.
Tatum would have been found in a dumpster somewhere if he'd been playing the way he did the past couple postseasons. And if he was in Brazil, you'd have found him somewhere in the Amazon or something.
No, he would have changed his name to a guy named Joe or something.
Joseph Tat.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Speaking of Joseph,
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, my focus is on the games, and so should his. I don't really care what the media says about my players. I don't care. They're professionals. All right. At the end of the day, they still have to show up the next game and the game after that and the game after that. If the whole league wants to shit on the two of them, or say, oh, Brown's the true star. Listen, I saw a conversation that that Shaq had with Jaylen Brown after a game, and credit to him explaining what he actually meant by what he said, because Jaylen didn't get it on the first run. But basically, he said all this outside noise about who's better than who or who's leading the team, and ignore all of that crap. No one needs to. None of that crap matters to getting to be the first of four. It really doesn't. And he's speaking from experience because he let that mean something. And then he requested the trade to Miami because he felt like he wasn't being appreciated in the Lakers because it was a whole, who was better, Kobe or him, or who's more valuable, et cetera, et cetera. So he's speaking from a place where the media and all that ego and all that jazz got to separate one of the best duos in basketball history. And he still speaks to that to this day, on how much more they could have done together as a unit if that ego didn't get in the way. So that's really the place that he was coming from, and dropping that that nugget on Jaylen Brown, and I'm glad that he said it. But I think as far as that locker room's concerned, I don't think the two of them even care about that noise. They care about the fact that they've been up 2-0 before, and they let a team like the Warriors, who are supposed to be on their last legs, run 4 straight on them and steal a championship from them. That's how they feel. And they're going into this next game, game 3 on the road, to not allow that to happen again. Now, that's where their focus is. That's where their focus should be. Now, a job of the head coach is to have your players' backs. Their job is to go ahead and be at the forefront and kind of take those blows. They take the blame when they lose. They take the credit. The players get the credit when they win. That comes with the job. You can not like what he said. You can hate the comparison. That's all well and fine. At the end of the day, shit doesn't matter. First to 4 wins, and we're out of here. That's the only thing that matters in that locker room if I'm them.
Then here's my only pushback. I don't disagree with you. I mean, I'm not in the locker room. I'm not in the locker room, obviously. I don't know how Tatum. I don't know how JT is taken. But I will say this. people need to stop freaking coming. Like people need to stop like coming to him. Like it's not even like when people are saying the same thing. Like they hate on him when he's not playing up to his potential, which is legitimate. But there are people on, I could name, several of them on any network that people think that while you're all going out of your way to attack Jason Tatum, he's doesn't have anything to prove or this and that. I'm like, yeah, he does. And he doesn't have to win MVP of this series. He just has to win this series. But you can't come out and he actually
all about the ring, baby.
And he says that dumb shit, and then he which was just stupid. And he when he has someone and he doesn't have the work ethic, it doesn't have like the grittiness that JB does. JB, which has a lot to do with his upbringing. JB he was raised by his grandpappy, and he was a military man. That's how JB was raised essentially. And he always speaks fondly of it because he speaks of nothing but obvious love for his grandparent. But he goes out there and puts in. He does not shot back. And he just kind of floats along. Yeah, he is leading their team in rebounds this series. So that's cool. And I think he's also leading in assists too. And so that's not to be taken lightly, but 27% from the field ain't gonna cut it, especially with off out. Oh God. Especially when he's that talented. I was just talking to someone the other day. They were betting on the Celtics, so they're like, I said he's like, what are you doing, Tatum's like, he just does really weird things, and he reverts back to bad habits at random times. So that's my thing with him. But I just don't see why people are so sensitive about Jason Tatum. It's the Josh Allen effect. Like, why is everyone hating on Josh Allen so much? I'm like, because he's good, and they expect good things from him. So when he's not playing good, it's not what have you done for me recently. It is what have you done for me recently, because it's sports. You want to win. You win the next game. You want to win. Each game is important. Less so in certain sports, but right now in the clutch time, what have you done for me recently? That's a very important question, because one game they lose tonight, they're back in the series. The Mavs are, and if he has another, if he puts out another goose egg, then we're gonna have the same conversation. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You want Joe? Joe, any? Hold on, Jordan. So we'll go back to Joe on that.
Sorry.
Not a thing to add to that. At the end of the day, prognosticators, analysts, it's their job to critique, and it's the player's job to play.
Exactly.
And then when they win the chip,
then
crickets.
Give him his flowers.
That's all. Me personally, if and when that happens, I want to hear crickets. That's what no, matter of fact, no. If the disrespect was public, I want the apology to be public. So if it goes the other way and does, people do what they need to do, I want to see it on TV. I was gonna be like, it really doesn't matter, and honestly, to them it probably doesn't. But for me, if I'm seeing someone getting publicly dunked on, and then they step up to the plate, I want to see the clap back.
See, I just don't think he's getting publicly dunked on.
I agree.
That's what the funny thing is. He's not getting dunked on. Everything has been. I haven't seen people getting personal with him or anything that they're saying. They're stating facts. They're stating facts. They're winning. I'm not going to say in spite of him, because he has played really well.
Yeah, he played well.
The
shooting off.
He's a cog. What was the best? Who said this? It was Tim Legler. Said Jason Tatum's performance has been blank. He said has been a cog in the machine. He's basically, but he's expected. But he has shown that he can be a superstar, and he's been. Jaylen Brown didn't make any. Jaylen Brown didn't make any All NBA teams. Jason Tatum has been making first teams. Why do you think we expect that of him? And that's why I don't think any of the criticism has been unwarranted. And so I don't really care about. That's why, in a sense, if he continues to just play like a strong role player kind of thing, then it's going to make his image like, okay, well, maybe it is moving the goalpost. Maybe that's true. I know we keep moving the goalpost, and that's probably true. That is that is definitely an American narrative for sure. I mean, it's probably a world narrative. Truthfully, it's probably a world narrative. Because remember what was Messi's? What was the criticism on Messi? He can't win
the cup.
He can't win the cup. He can win champions and all that stuff, but he can't win the FIFA World Cup. And then he did it. And so and
that's what
it was
Steph Curry. Football.
Steph Curry. He never won championship MVP. He did, and now, I mean, no one's saying like he has to do it again. No, I mean, they weren't even supposed to win that championship. So, I think the goalpost is going to move. But yeah, I mean, there's something to be said of him being the quote first team All NBA year after year, and he's not, and he disappears superstars wise in the championship. That's my only thing about it. So
yeah, same.
But I agree with everything you're saying, Joe. I don't really.
Me too.
For the
and if he drops 30, I'll be like, I was wrong.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, I'll give him his flowers where his flowers are due, no doubt.
Yeah.
But right now, I mean, still 27%. That's all I'm saying. All right. Well, I got to actually go ahead and move this forward because I realized I'm hosting on my computer, and I can't cancel this. I can't stop the recording. There we go. All right. So I got to switch this and keep it moving real quick. So, all right, guys. We skipped this one earlier. Let's go ahead and go with the line, and then we'll do a quick cut. We'll skim over these real quick. So just give me a prop pick and give me this line right here. Hold on, banners. There it is. Got it.
I heard. Yeah, hearing echoes, man. I'm hearing noises.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
I'm going insane.
Hold on. It sounded cool. All right. So, yes, that's the line. Guys, give me your pick right now. What's the over-under? What's the, the under-over, the whatever. And this is a very thin line. We all know why. So, give it to me, and then give me a quick prop pick. Jordan, you start.
I think with all the things that's said right now, I think Dallas might steal this one and they cover because Joe said himself, when the road team wins, the series starts. I'm like, I'm just hoping Dallas steals this one, and my prop pick is Luka Doncic. With he's gonna be shooting threes all over the place, so he's gonna get three with the over and 3.5. And I'm not touching that over under because it's very unpredictable. All
right, sounds good. Joe, you next, baby.
I got a Dallas victory, and I have the over on Jason Tatum's trio.
Nice, that trio, your favorite.
If he doesn't make it, we're burning you. I'm just kidding, Joe. We love you. But Tatum needs this game. He legit needs it.
I agree.
He's going to be the dog. He's going to rebound. He's going to assist, but he needs to drop some 30, man. He dropped 30. Then I'll be like, fine, Jason.
Tatum, Jordan. I got to. Sorry to stop you. I got to move quick here because I don't want my computer to run out. Sorry, my bad. Man, I'm taking Dallas money line. Take it for what it is. I know, but it's with Chris, no stops, no stops. That's what I'm thinking, which leads me to take the money line. The total. I'm going to take the over because I think without stops in the middle being as productive, it's going to be a lot more lobs created and a lot more fast break opportunities for Dallas. So that's where, and then my
my pick for my prop pick is Daniel Gafford, since again middle of the floor, and he's been better than likely this series, at least previous game. I'm going with 14.5 points plus rebounds. I'm taking him on more than that. I think that is a smart play. All right, guys, before we wrap on up, let's go ahead and I was going to save this for – hold on. I was going to save this for Jordan. I was going to do this earlier, but you had to bounce out real quick. So, and sorry for the echo real quick. All right. All right. Would you rather? Would you rather? ScOutCast edition. All right, we're gonna have to make it quick because again, it's 4% on this sucker. I want to make sure we get. Would you rather? Would you rather play Luka Doncic at full health or Nicola Ultra at full health as a coach, and you were planning against it? Quick answers though. Joe.
Luka's gonna kill all my players.
I'd rather play Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic. Because Luka's gonna kill me with either player. So yeah.
I don't know. I'm taking Luka. I'm taking Luka, man. But not by much. Not by much. Just because I still think that.
Was the question play against or like they're both on your roster and you want?
Oh no, sorry. I meant like who would you rather? Like you had a game plan for one. I guess you say who would you rather not play against? Sorry, who would you rather not play against? I should say. Sorry. I said I would rather not play against.
I would rather not play against Luka.
Okay.
Yeah, Luka. Because that man can always kill. That man's gonna kill my defense either way. Like, I at least I'm gonna be like, okay, guy, you gotta cover me here, and then like,
Gotcha. All right, let me get you on this one then. Better duo. Ooh, damn. Better duo. Steph and Clay, or MJ and Pippen?
I wasn't really a lot. I was born in '98, so I didn't really see a lot of MJ and Pippen. So I have to go with Steph and Clay because they just really legitimately changed the way we see shooting. Like once you see those local shots, like you can't really come back to that. Like that duo was legitimately dynamic. Even though I might be 100% wrong because I didn't really see Pippen and Jordan while I was alive.
I don't know. All right. What about you, Joe?
6-0. I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah.
Bulls all the way.
You're not an 80s baby. You're not even older than me.
I'm 85. Do you pay attention when I say words?
Wait, you said you're 35?
I said I was born in 85.
I didn't know. I thought you were. I thought you actually were younger than me for some reason. Like,
no.
I had this. Oh, so you're the only one that's actually. So yeah, you actually were. Oh, you're my brother's age. Okay,
respect your elders.
You're only 5 years older than me. Once you get past 25, it doesn't even matter how old someone else is compared to you.
I'm pushing 40.
I got friends. Not really, but if you round up, I guess I got friends that are freaking 40 or people. It's just you stop caring at that point. It's like having a girlfriend. It's like when you have a girlfriend that's like so much older than you or younger than you. Well, to an extent. I'm not gonna go that far, but it's like, what are you gonna do? All right. I'm taking an MJ and I'm gonna pivot on to one more and we'll call this sucker. We'll plug ourselves and we'll get on out of here. All right, this is gonna be good. And all right, Jordan, you can't use your age as an excuse because you know what, you're gonna have to just dig deep here. Same question, but it's MJ. I'm trying to make sure I want to get a good one specifically there. All right. MJ and Pippen versus Kobe and Shaq as a duo. I know that's tough.
That's tough. That's legitimately tough. Like it's like how you're gonna play.
You know what? I'll make a more appropriate one because I already used Pippen and Jordan, and neither of them are centers. I'll do a Laker one with in honor of Jerry West.
but this isn't actually going to be about Jerry West, but it's the Lakers. Magic and Kareem or Shaq and Kobe. There you go. That's a good one.
One of the top one,
He
one of the top
executive
leading
both of
scorers.
them, so that still counts.
Say what?
Yeah, one of the top.
No, I said they're both centers and guards. So yeah, there you
No,
go.
you had mentioned
One of the top
West,
scorers
though,
now.
and
No, I mentioned West because he was the GM for both of them. So.
that's what I'm saying. So
Well-
you had a reason to mention him.
Oh yeah.
You had
Yeah,
backpedaled from it.
Yeah,
when you said
but
it.
I'll pick Kareem in Magic because like Kareem was like one of the top scorers of all time, statistically, and like they can really do some matching and defense against like
No pun intended.
against Kobe no pun intended against Kobe and Shaq, and like they'll probably guard Shaq well because he's more of like a driver to the rim, like because like
I like it. All right, Joe. Where
Yeah.
do you lean on this one?
Give me Kobe and Shaq on this one. I think if their egos didn't separate the two of them, they still had time before that shooting era took over. They still had time before that new era of basketball came into play, and I think they could have gotten maybe 6,
Probably. Maybe
before
five for sure.
5 at the least.
Yeah.
But they could have pushed to get 6 by having the right rotation around them, because it was still a half court game when he went to Miami. The game was still played the majority of the time in the half court in the mid range still. So they could have gotten more out of that.
I'll be honest. I've as soon as I said it, I was like already like, I know. I'm glad I asked it, but I hate that I asked it because it's tough because it's a really good combo. But I just have to say, because the only reason I would give the tiebreaker to Magic and Kareem is because Kareem, Magic is probably my pick for best point guard of all time. I think Steph is right in there with the conversation. I think there's other really, really good point guards in there as well. Like, but Magic's still number one in my book. And Kareem is, in my opinion, the best center of all time. But Hakeem Olajuwon and Shaq and there's like Russell, etc. But I still have Kareem because he's icon to the game. Skyhook, they banned dunking in college for a few years because of him, and then he just came up with some blockable shot ever, and he still continued to have the longest career. And up until LeBron broke it, he had the record for a long time of most career points.
Yeah.
So I got to go in that case just by de facto choice of the Showtime Lakers. Well, the first Showtime Lakers. But it is a very close race, though. All right.
Yeah.
Now, on that note, how much battery do how much juice do I got? God dang it. Hold on. Come on. Survive.
Yeah, I'm probably need to check on like my mom's cooking some chicken, so like probably need to check on that soon.
Your mom's cooking chicken? Why are you checking on it?
Because she let my little sister do something.
Yeah. Excuses. All right. Well, everyone, go ahead and plug yourselves. Tell us where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me at Java Joe Sports on the X. Usually I'll drop in some knowledge, some tidbits that I gather from the interwebs, or just random opinions that I want to express and whatnot. So also a link to my writing profiles on there. Yeah, it's almost the end of the sports that we've been just on this journey with since the fall. So listen, I think we're less than 100 days till football season. I'm just trying to survive, man.
All right, I'm with you.
You can make it, Joe. Don't worry.
Jordan, quick, we got to wrap up quick before I cook.
You can find my work, JC Round 689. Well, you can find my Twitter, JC Round 689. You can find my writing tool, 8-Pet Sport. but also you can find my TikTok. You can also find my IG. Follow it, and also likes are now private, so we can like any kind of sick stuff we want on Twitter.
I'm not even going to comment on that, but there you go.
Hey,
All right.
that.
Everyone, you can find me at ScOutCast Media Hub and soon to be Turtle Lakes at Apex Sports again for a bit. Shout out to Curious Sports, Curious Sports. Either way, it's Curious Sports Pulse, but we got to go. I will see y'all. Catch you on the flip side. Peace out, everyone. Love y'all.